Hi, everybody. My name's Paula Ludwig. I'm with the Atlantic Institute. Welcome to Cuisines of Different Cultures Potluck. Um, the Atlantic Institute is an organization that's about promoting positive dialogue between different cultures, faiths, religions, meeting your next door neighbor, just having positive conversations. With that being said, I am going to show you a short 2-minute video about the Atlantic Institute, and we will then proceed with our potluck. I know virtual potluck is kind of weird, but we've been doing this for the last 3 years, and it's a lot of fun. So, all right, let me share. All right.
The Atlantic Institute is a nonprofit organization dedicated to promoting harmonious coexistence between peoples of various cultures, faiths, and backgrounds. We seek this goal through peaceful dialogue, education initiatives, and community organization. Our dialogue events bring together experts, community and faith leaders, and knowledge seekers to address social issues that affect us all. We feel dialogue is the most important element in peaceful coexistence, so we try and maintain several panel discussions, TED Talk events, and book clubs throughout the year. These events touch on social issues, race relations, and cultural understanding and are a mainstay of our programming. The Atlantic Institute's education events are extremely important to our mission of understanding. We want to promote socially forward critical thinking to students of all ages. To that end, we have developed programs that seek to grow the creative spirit of students and help them think about their communities and the world around them. Our Future Leaders of Dialogue event brings together nominated elite students to learn from each other as well as political and business leaders. Our art and essay contest gives students a theme about important societal issues and allows them to create wonderful works of art and writing while steering their minds towards improving their world. We're always seeking ways to educate youths and adults in order to make a peaceful world for all of us. Our community events are designed to transform neighbors into friends and groups of people into a community. By associating with other nonprofits or by our own initiative, we are always trying to discover new avenues to improve our neighborhoods, places of worship, and community centers. We host cooking demonstrations of food from other cultures, work with various nonprofits to help elevate the work of others, and try to find a way to make the lives of those who are disenfranchised or marginalized better. Building a more peaceful world starts in our backyards, so we are dedicated to improving our communities and associations. The Atlantic Institute is always seeking like-minded volunteers and collaborators. If you would like to learn more, find volunteer opportunities, or just want to chat with our staff, please visit our website at www.atlanticinstitutesc.org or follow us on Facebook. We will never run out of fun, educational, peaceful events, so come join us to help make this world a better place full of understanding and unity.
All right. Stop share. Oh, we have 2 more people. Just a second. I'm admitting them now. All right. So, oh, they just keep coming. For those of you who are new, um, we are just getting on with the part where we're going to share recipes. So if you would, um, one, put your name or yeah, your name, where you're from in the chat. That would be awesome. And two, my email address is here if you want to send me the recipe you plan on sharing. Oh, that's not it. Yay. Let's see. Okay. We are going to, I'm going to start off with the share of what I am sharing with the group today. It is quite simply split pea soup. Um, and I am going to put a spotlight on, and I'll spotlight everybody that shares. Um, I don't like canned peas, and it has ham in it, and I don't like ham. And I don't like raw onions, and it has onions in it, but I do like cooked onions. So, anyways, so it was we were at a holiday dinner with some friends and family, and one of the guests, one of the ladies, she brought over this soup. And I am very much try it, even if you don't think you're gonna like it, try it and then see how you are. Because I really don't like canned peas. Just the smell of opening the can really makes my nose turn and I gotta walk away and stuff. So I was like, okay, I will try this soup. And this lady, she made cornbread to go with it. And you take a warm piece of cornbread or cold, doesn't matter at this point, and you put butter on top of it. I know it sounds weird. And then you put your soup over it, and the the soup heats the butter and makes it melt into the cornbread and makes the cornbread a little mushier and anyways, and just gives that extra flavor to the soup. Absolutely loved it. I don't know how many bowls I ate that day, probably 2 or 3. You never know. So, um, so I've been making it ever since. And so it's not just peas. It does have ham in it. But if you want to make it vegetarian, you could do it without the ham. But what the ham and the onions, and it actually has carrots as well, does is you cook it for 2 hours. And so the onion and the carrot and the ham break down and add flavor into the soup. I saw a recipe when I was putting my recipe together for this. I make it out of my head now. I don't even know where my recipe is, so I had to get online and I saw that somebody used like chicken stock. I've always just used water, and so the I'm thinking about trying it with chicken stock to see how I like it. I think it would just add another layer of flavor to it. But with the water and the ham, and then of course there's seasoning. My family, we like a lot of garlic. I put a little some red pepper flakes in it just to give it a little bit um more depth. It's not spicy by any means because you boil, like I said, you boil it for a couple hours and it's just a few flakes. But whatever spices you like. I think my recipe calls for salt, pepper, and some garlic. Um, anyways, this is what it looks like. I didn't heat it up. It is not lunchtime for me, so I didn't heat it up, and I kind of want to show it up close because you can see, like, oh, you can see the chunks of carrots and maybe even the ham um is kind of the orangish stuff. The onions that you when you start making it, you put the onions and a little bit of oil and your carrots and your ham in, and you cook that in the bottom of your pot until the onions become translucent. And then you put your split peas in, excuse me, which are dried peas, and then your water. And like I said, you cook it for 2 hours, but you have to keep checking on it to make sure it has enough water. And it's all explained in the recipe that you'll all get access to. Um, but it's really good. Like this is my go-to. I made a big batch and I froze some so that I can have it for lunch because I work from home a lot, and so sometimes there's not enough leftovers for lunch the next day, or I want something different, and so I'll make a bowl to pull out. But this is, like I said, this is it. It's really good. Um, it's thick. It is frozen right now. I pulled it out of the freezer a couple days ago, but it's still kind of frozen because it's just been in the fridge. Um, but it is a thick soup. Um, um, so you could, I probably just don't add enough water to make it soup like, but I like my soups thick. I like to be able to not necessarily use a fork, but you probably could use a fork with this. It's that thick sometimes. So, but it's really good. So that is my share. Split pea soup. It is going to be in the cookbook that I'm going to share with you all. And now I'm going to unspotlight and see who would like to um, be our next person. with ginger. Oh, without ham. That is different. I like them thick. That's what. Yes, I like. Yeah, soup. If it's too runny, I feel like it just runs through you. And with a thicker soup, it's kind of chunkier, and I just feel like it stays with you longer. So who would like to go next? Who would like to go next? I know, Dory, you sent me a recipe. Would you like to go next, Dory?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna spotlight you so everybody can see.
So I'm putting a puzzle together with my granddaughter.
Oh,
So
fun.
I'm trying to think of how to show this. I don't know. Can you see
Oh,
that?
yes, your
Is that
cookies.
good? Yeah, so these are spritz cookies, and they're just tradition. So they are a traditional dish that God for many, many generations in my family. My grandmother made them for my mom, and she made them for us, and I've been making them probably like, oh God, I don't know, many years. Well, a lot of years, like 40, 50 something years. And we just do them every Christmas. And it just doesn't seem like Christmas unless we make those. And I sent the recipe.
Yes.
I use a cookie press for them. I've had it for like 35 years. You put the dough in and you got a little handle that you twist. I don't know. I don't know what else to share.
That's it. You just show them and tell a little history about why you do it, and that's awesome. Thank you very much. Yes, and the recipe will be in the cookbook. I have actually been compiling the cookbook for the last couple of weeks, and it is in there already with a picture. Almost It looks almost like your plate there, Dory. The picture you sent me was awesome. It almost looks like that plate with the cookies. So
It, it, I
uh,
think that was from last year's cookies.
ah.
Mm.
Yes, they look very, very appetizing. What do they kind of taste like? That is the one
Um,
thing we can't do when we do a virtual.
they're just kind of like almost like a shortbread. In the recipe, it says you can do almond or vanilla. I just always do the vanilla. I don't add the almond.
Okay.
So, just a
All
very
right.
light, shortbreadish kind of butter cookie almost.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's next? Who would like to go next? All right. Is there anybody who would like to talk about one of their? If you don't really have it to show, you could just talk about the recipe and show it to us. Or not show it to us, but just talk to us about it. Um, Anybody else? No, nobody else today? Sandra, I see you're unmuted. Do you have something you'd like to share? All right. Well, this one's gonna be a short one then. Um, go ahead and send me one of your favorite recipes. Anybody that sends me a recipe, I will send you a link to the cookbook. Um, and we will that'll be ready. If not, it should be ready by next week, as long as everybody sends me their recipes by Monday, Tuesday. I can get them into the cookbook by then. If you can provide a picture, that's great. If not, I can always Google it. Sometimes the pictures that are sent don't always fit in what I'm trying to do. So but if nobody else has anything to share, then we are done for the day. Oh yes, let me put in my email address real quick. Um, there you go. You can send it to my email address there. That's the easiest way to send it. You can, if you are through an Eventbrite, there is where you can contact the event person. Then I don't think they call them promoters in Eventbrite, but there's a way to contact me through there as well if you don't save this. Thank you, Karen. If you don't save my email address, or you can look at the Atlantic Institute, South Carolina um, page, and my email address is there. It's pludwig at atlanticinstitutesc.org. It's very ugly, so I suggest you copy and paste it if you can. Also, for the last 3 years, we have been doing Cuisine of Different Cultures, um, almost one every month. We take July and off, and then December we do this potluck. And so you can go to our Atlantic Institute SC YouTube channel and see recipes being done. Most of the recipes that are in the cookbooks are there's videos of them doing it, so you can have the recipe and watch somebody doing it if you want. We actually have over 200 videos on our Atlantic Institute SC YouTube channel. We do cultural creations, which are crafts, hobbies, art, different things are in there. There's everything from 3D printing to Zentangling. Um, they are grouped by year because we do a lot every year. And then we have educational programs. And then if you have a teen, we have this last year we did a life skills for teens class, and it's everything from how to be a good tenant, how to change the oil in a car. Today they did one earlier today. It was about how to use a credit card responsibly, kind of thing. So you can check out all of those videos. Now today's video and the one from earlier today, they won't be out there till the end of next week. We have a volunteer that uploads our videos for us, so we just have to be patient with that. But there are lots and lots of videos out there that you could watch over this holiday season or winter season where you can't go out and do as much. There are tons of videos that if you don't want to get caught up in drama shows, there are lots of things we've done. We've done stuff from constitutions, educational, we have book clubs. And so there are lots of things that we have done out there. This is our last program for the year. So you'll have to look out for our programming for January. And we have hired independent contractors that are working all over the United States for us, and we just hired a lady who's in Ecuador. So we are going to have different programming from different parts of the United States. And we are starting it's called self-sufficiency program. And it's kind of like self-sufficiency, like homesteading or canning or doing stuff that will help us with Mother Earth and with being more sustainable. And with groceries, I don't know about where you're all at, but here in South Carolina, groceries have gone up double in price at least. And so, like, what we can do to make that more affordable. So, anyways, that programming will also start in January. It is going to be, I believe, the third Saturday of the month at 11 a.m., but you can get on our mailing list and see all the programming that we're going to have out. Also, here in South Carolina, it is Interfaith Harmony, or not Interfaith Harmony, Interfaith Month. There's a proclamation that they do here, and so there are a lot of interfaith programming going on here in South Carolina. And excuse me, the Atlantic Institute programming is going to reflect around interfaith for the month of January, other than the Cuisine of Different Cultures and the cultural creations, because those are programs that are, not really that kind of educational. So, anyways, thank you all for coming. And if you, happy holidays, and we look forward to seeing you next year. Um, Dory, If you have a minute, I'd like to talk to you about something real quick after everybody leaves. So, all right, everybody, thank
Sure.
you. So,
Okay, you got it.